All right, let's get into the game, fellas. So I'm gonna read an email, but to set the backdrop for you, I put out a post on Instagram, TikTok, on all socials today. Basically, that came from a live stream on Tuesday, where I answered a guy's question, and he was in a situation with a girl that he didn't really see anything. He didn't want to be with her in a serious relationship, but he still wanted to deal with her because she's a single mother. And I warned him. The video was about warning him of the things to come from wasting his time and how she's going to leave him and hurt him anyway. And now he's going to be all hurt and open about a woman that he didn't see a future with anyway, because you guys don't realize that, you know, your mind and logic can think one thing, but if your heart and if you're invested into something with your time, your energy, your heart is going to be in it, regardless of what your mind tells you not to do. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys don't understand that. So, you know, I put this video out, and then the guy hit me up basically saying, you know, you are so right. You know, I'm going through this right now. So I asked him what he's going through, and he sent me this long email. And I wanted to read the email, and I wanted to kind of chop up game about the email and also help guys like him and guys like you get over your breakups. But I'm going to play the video for you guys so you can see, and then we can set the tone. I can tell that the girl I'm talking will want a relationship, but deep down, I don't want that because she's a single mother, but I still want to keep dealing with her. How would you handle this? I would let her go because you wasting both of y'all motherfucking time, bro. That's if it's one thing that I could change, man, it would be like wasted time. The time that I feel like I wasted dealing with people that I ain't really getting nothing out of, and I knew I didn't want them, and they're stupid, bro. And when you play with people like that, you're going to get what's coming to you, bro. This is what y'all don't realize. Whether your logic says, I don't want to be in a relationship with this woman, right? You still attached to her. You still have emotional feelings for her. So what's going to happen is she's going to realize, hey, I'm not getting what I want out of this. And so I'm going to give somebody else this pussy. The girl going to eventually leave you anyway when she realizes she not getting the commitment what she want from you. You basically hustling backwards. Why fuck with a person on that type of level and you know you don't want nothing, bro? This ain't about, oh, don't hurt her. It's about not hurting yourself because you're going to hurt yourself in the process. That's one thing these dating coaches don't tell y'all. Your heart's still in that. But the more time you spend with her, the more time you have sex with her raw and all that. You see what I'm saying? The more time you invest it, you invest it. If that woman right now walked away from you right now, stopped answering the phone, your ass to have a meltdown. If that chick right now, you call her and her phone was dead all night and she called you at 7, you'll have a problem with that. Your heart gonna start coming out. Fella, stop playing yourself like that. Fuck with chicks who you want to fuck with. It's more than enough women to go around. You damage yourself and you damage another person in the process, bro. You hustling backwards. All right, so that's the video. So now we're gonna read the email. He says, so I've been knowing this girl for about 3 years now. Been on and off during the time. I had met her at the end of my past relationship that I was in for 9 years. High school sweetheart type shit. But when I first met the woman, me and her just fell for each other instantly. Like the first week we started talking. I ended up getting her pregnant the second week of us dating, even though I was still in a relationship. After the third or fourth week of us messing with each other, I called it quits because I wasn't trying to have a child with her because I still had my own situation going on. It was all my karma. Let me tell you why I feel that way. So after I called it quits, after she got pregnant, I went missing on her, basically living the life I was living by her, meaning he went back to the ex. Before I basically living the life I was living before her. But while she was pregnant, she would text me every blue moon, sneaking away from the guy she was dating before me to talk to me. So this is all types of raggedy. All types of red flags, honestly. Stop. This shit is super raggedy. Super, super raggedy. Fellas, you got to stop. You got to stop dating raggedy like this. It's just raggedy, bro. Like, value yourself more than that. Love yourself more than to put yourself in a situation to where you in raggedy bullshit that just chaos and drama and hurt and misery. Come on, man, you know? But he says all types of red flags, honestly. So fast forward, I had ended up giving her another chance because of the circumstances of the baby. Even though me, him, or her didn't know who the father was. So he ended up giving her another chance, even though he didn't want her in the first place. He didn't want this girl in the first place. She was a rebound. You know, even though me, him, and her didn't know who the father was, She told me that her and him was broken up maybe a month before I came into the picture. So at the end of the day, you know I can't do nothing but go off the conceived date the doctors gave us. So me and her ended up getting in a serious relationship back in October 22nd. So he ended up getting in a serious relationship with this girl. Even though I had been talking to her, I was still dealing with other women, putting her on the back burner. She argued and ran away every bit of 15 women that I used to deal with. So he writing kind of crazy. So basically saying when he got with her, he was dealing with a bunch of women, but the girl ran away all the women and basically isolated him, right? Likely really showing me that she loved me. I didn't put this in my notes, but I'm going to talk about that first as soon as this thing over. I got to talk about that. So we ended up, let me see. Sorry. So we end up kicking it back off in October. And since then, man, it's been hell. I dead ass did a 360 for this woman. I wasn't cheating. I was trying to make sure she was good in every way I could. I haven't worked a job through that whole time because she has 5 kids. The woman has 5 kids. And no help for real, like picking them up from school and daycare while she was at work. So I put my life on hold for her for months. So while this chick is at work, he stopped his life on hold to pick her up from school. Pick her kids up from school, drop her off. It's one thing to not date single mothers, man, but because that's not everybody's thing, but it's another thing to be stupid. Okay, you're going to date a single mother, cool. You're not going to date a single mother, cool, but don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. Anyway, let me get back to it. Like picking them up from school and daycare while she at work. So I put my life on hold for months, losing myself in the process and also missing out on a lot of positive things that I would have going on. I work solar for a living, so we do solar panels, I think. I do travel for work, but I've been here in my hometown for 6 months with no job, trying to figure out how I'm going to work a good, decent job and be close to her. The woman that was fucking him and fucking another dude raw and don't know who's the baby, right? You want to be close to her with 5 kids. She has threatened to cheat on me and all types of things if I go on the road. So if he goes on the road, she says she gonna cheat on him. So he put his whole career and his whole life on hold. She has been really disrespectful and controlling this entire time. And yesterday, I ended it really bad with us exposing each other on Facebook and really solidifying what we had. This shit is eating me up bad because at the end of the day, I feel like I did this to myself. You 100% right. You 100% did this to yourself and you deserve every bit of it. But I'll talk about that in a second. I have 0 kids and 0 responsibilities but myself. So this man ain't got no kids and he date a woman with 5 kids. That's crazy. I gave her a chance because she's always been at my neck and it burned me badly. So she was on his body heavy. She was on him heavy. He ain't like her like that. And he gave her a chance anyway because she was vulnerable, right? We'll talk about vulnerable dating in a minute. And I just feel disgusted that I wasted my valuable time that I cannot get back. She constantly called me broke when she mad, and she calls me all types of things, honestly. Where do we begin? Now, first and foremost, before I get into this whole breakup shit, let me tell you guys something, man. Just because a woman is jealous and displaying jealousy, just because a woman is starting fights with other women and running other women off, and that don't mean she love you, bro. People are just territorial. But territorial and jealousy does not equal love. So you come into a situation, you dating a woman or whatever, and she tripping, you allowing her to trip and cause drama with the other people in your life. Why do you think that means she love you? No, human beings are just territorial. You ever see these TikToks or these Instagram social media reels or videos where it'll be a father, right? And the father would be holding the daughter and the mother would be right there next to him, and the mother would touch the father while the dad is, holding the daughter or caressing the daughter or the little baby, and the mom will touch the dad and the little baby will spaz out. or look at the mom all crazy and slap the hand of the mom. Babies do that. Little girls do that. That's babies. People are just territorial, but that don't mean they love. That means that I want this toy all to myself. That don't mean that somebody loves you though. You guys have to wisen up. You guys got to smarten up. Now you are extremely wild. You are extremely wild for having no children, but then you date a woman with 5 children. And then you stop your whole life in order to accommodate this woman's 5 children. That is the wildest thing that I've ever seen in my life. Now, I would date a woman with children because I'm bringing 3 to the table myself. You understand? I'm bringing 3 children to the table. So I would date a woman with children, right? And you know, if you date a woman with children, that's your thing. If you don't, that's your thing. That's fine. That's cool. However, if you're a man and you don't have children, I suggest you don't date women with children. You understand what I'm saying? Just don't date women with children if you're a man and you don't have children. Do what you're going to do, but be smart about it. Don't be stupid, man. Don't be stupid. But the fact that you would stop your money flow is crazy to me. Listen, women never, ever, 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 ever stop your flow. Never, ever stop your purpose. Never, ever stop your money in order to appease a woman, because she does not have it in her. No woman on this planet has it in her to replace your income or your purpose. No woman has it in them to give you a return on that. You will forever come up short. Never, ever put your money to the side or you know, your career or your purpose to the side for no one ever but you, because that's what's going to sustain you at the end of the day. And if you ain't straight, you can't take care of family anyway. You understand? You got a good job, you know, doing the solar thing. You got a good job, you're doing the solar thing, and you give all of that up. You understand? I want you guys to start valuing yourself more, right? I want you guys to start valuing yourself more and loving yourself more than just dealing with everything and putting yourself into like raggedy situations that yield you nothing but trauma. Man, if it don't serve you, man, if a situation don't serve you, don't put yourself in that situation, whether it's a woman, friendships, a job, whatever. If it doesn't serve your greater good, if it's not going to help you grow, you shouldn't be in it. You understand what I'm saying? You should not be in it. You guys have to, please, man, please love yourself. You ain't doing nothing but damaging yourself and damaging yourself and damaging yourself. All because, you know, you want some temporary solution because you have a scarcity mindset and you feel like you can't get better. And so you, my dude, get into a situation just like I was saying in the video. You get into a situation because you're vulnerable, right? You get into a situation to where you give a woman a chance, not even a chance. I don't even want to say give a woman a chance, but you deal with a woman and you don't even like her like that. You ain't even really into her like that. And now your business all on Facebook, you got exposed, you're heartbroken, you don't know which way to go. You done gave up everything for a woman that you don't even like. If that's not hustling backwards, I don't know what is. I'm glad y'all have me to tell you this, and I need y'all to listen to me. I don't know why your fathers ain't telling you this. I don't know why your mothers ain't telling you this. I don't know why these dating coaches ain't telling you this type of shit. This is very important. And this is why men in this society are weak, because they do shit like this. You understand what I'm saying? But let me kind of move on, you know, and get into the breakup situation so I can help guys that's going through situations, you know, where they broke up, they leaving their relationships, their wife left them, their woman left them, you know, they heartbroken, they don't know what to do, they don't know where to turn. I got you. I'm going to give you some game, right? First things first, man, when you break up from a woman, when the relationship is over, you guys have to start guarding your energy and guarding your vulnerability. I say this all the time. When you're down, when you're at low points, shitty women come around. Look at the situation that you just found yourself in. You were down and you were vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? You were down and you were vulnerable. And any woman who will let you have a baby, listen to me, fellas, you have to please make better decisions. Think. Any woman who, after a week of knowing her, will let you have sex with her without a condom, right? And skeet in her. Okay, let's take the condom shit away because y'all don't use condoms either, right? I use condoms. But let's just take the condoms away. Nobody uses condoms. Nobody believes STDs are real and, you can't catch shit that you can't get rid of. That shit is real. Y'all will find out one day. So let's take that off the table. But any woman who, after 1 week of meeting you, she don't know you, she don't know where you come from, she don't know your background, she don't know what type of money you make. If she will have sex with you without a condom and let you skeet in her and have a baby with you, that is a very goofy woman. That is a goofy woman, and you need to think what type of mother would bring a child into this world under those conditions. You understand what I'm saying? What type of mother? How do you even give her a chance when she would bring 5 children into the world under crazy situations like that, or crazy, she would bring a child into the world under conditions like that, crazy conditions like that. What type of mother would do something like that? Or what type of smart woman or decent woman would do something like that? But yet, after you see all of these crazy red flags, you get with her anyway? That's because you're vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? And when these women come around, listen, when you're vulnerable, everything feels good, fellas. When you get out here, you break up with your girl, you've been together 8 years, y'all split up, she leave you, she cheat on you, whatever the case may be, everything feels good. Everything feels right. Everything feels like a match made in heaven when you're vulnerable. Everything. Because pain heightens pleasure. And when you're in pain and somebody comforts this pain with pleasure, it heightens it and it makes it feel like this is just divine type of shit, but it's not. It's an illusion. You're just hurt. And it just feels good that somebody actually is comforting you, and it feels like love. It feels like attraction because you've been starved for this shit the last 5 years because your girl ain't sleeping with you. She been talking shit to you and disrespecting you. So when you get something normal and healthy, you think that it means the world. But that's vulnerability. That's when you're vulnerable. You have to protect your vulnerability. You have to protect your vulnerable energy. And you have to understand, like I was saying before I kind of went on a tangent, when you're vulnerable like this is the type of women you meet. It's no secret. I've never met no man that says I was down on my luck, I was heartbroken, and my dick was in the dirt, I was fucked up, I didn't have confidence, and I met the woman of my dreams, and we're happily ever after. It don't really work like that because good women typically don't dig in the dirt. I'm not saying a good woman won't fuck with you if you're not the super high value man and no shit like that, but a good woman, a good feminine woman who looks for a masculine man to lead, provide, protect her, create spaces for her and all this type of shit. A good woman like this, she has access to what she needs to have access to. She's not going to dig in the dirt to get what she needs because good women are getting scooped up. Men are after good women. And so you ain't gonna, good, well, you got to get them fast, but guard your vulnerable energy, man. Guard your vulnerable energy because look what happened to you. You see what I'm saying? When you don't guard that shit, when you're not careful, when you out here dating hurt, everything feels good. Everything feels heightened. And then you make dumb, stupid decisions based on your vulnerability. You make dumb, stupid decisions like the one that you made. Leaving your career, leaving your good paying job to go be a nanny for this bitch kids, 5 kids. You see what I'm saying? The chick that was just fucking you raw and somebody else raw, so she don't know who the baby daddy is. Let me tell you something. If a woman don't know who the daddy is, that means she's letting multiple people nut in her raw. That is disgusting, bro. And you still give up everything for it. Some of you guys need therapy. Some of you guys need more than me. You need some therapy because that's crazy. That's wild. But guard your vulnerability. Now, the price for violating the game, the price for doing the wrong thing and making bad decisions is heartbreak. That comes with it. That's the process. You are not immune to the consequences of doing things wrong. Every action, there's a reaction. Everything that you do has consequences. And when you lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas. When you lay down with dirtbag chicks and slutty chicks and chicks who low value, low quality chicks, you get your heart broken. There's no way around it. That is the price. You have to accept it. You understand what I'm saying? That is the price. You have to accept it. There's no way around it. Stop asking me how to turn off your feelings. You can't turn off your feelings. That's the price. Go through the shit, learn, get stronger. And if you don't want to feel that, make better decisions. And let me say something. A lot of you guys make stupid decisions because you think you have frame, right? And you know, there's nothing wrong with being a solid man, right? There's nothing wrong with being a solid, strong man and, you know, having quote unquote frame. But the thing is, you guys lean on that as if you're not human beings. Do you realize that you're a human being, a delicate human being? This is how delicate you are. If I took my hand and I wrapped it around your throat and I squeezed it, in 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, probably not even that, you would pass out. In about 5 to 6 minutes, you would die. That's how delicate you are, right? I don't care how much frame you have. You're a human being. And you guys need to treat yourselves like delicate human beings. I didn't say sensitive or soft, but I said delicate and precious. And what you're supposed to do is preserve yourself, meaning make good decisions. Do you think a person who's health conscious, let's say, shout out to King Keto, Brandon Carter. Imagine if he applied this concept of frame to his diet and his health and what he put in his mouth. And he says, you know what? I'm going to eat sugar today. I'm going to fucking eat sugar today, and I'm going to drink Coke, and I'm going to eat all type of rice, and I'm just going to eat crazy and eat candy and eat sweets because I have frame, and the frame is going to solve it. No, he's a human fucking being, and when you put that type of shit into your body, it destroys your body. When you deal with negative women, it destroys your body. It destroys your mind. It destroys your emotions. It destroys you. It rewires your brain, despite how much frame you fucking have. Do you understand what I'm saying? Treat yourself like a human being. Don't just go doing shit because you just think you got frame and this and this and that. Again, apply that same concept to nutrition and you'll see how ridiculous it is. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with quote unquote having frame and being a solid man and not letting people rattle you. But frame is not going to save you because you're a human being with human emotions and a human brain and a human heart and human neurotransmitters and human feelings and a human spirit. And if you feed it negativity, I don't give a fuck what kind of frame you think you have, you are going to feel it and you are going to suffer the consequences. Understand that. Fuck that frame shit. Start treating yourself like you're a human being. And when you realize how much of a delicate human being you are, you're going to start moving differently. Trust me. You're going to start moving differently on some whole different shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying live in fear, but be smart and realize that it can happen to you too. Heartbreak can happen to you too. Disloyalty and disappointment from women can happen to you too. I don't give a fuck how much frame you have. You can have all the frame in the world, but if you get with a dirtbag bitch, you're going to get dirty and you're going to get what comes with that. I don't care how much frame you have. This is why you need the game, because the game shows you not to do that. The game, you guys think the game is fixing situations. All of you guys hit me up and I be seeing these goofy ass red pill dudes. All of their advice is tailored around fixing shitty situations. The game is about not being in that situation in the first place, picking the right women, not trying to, what do I do when my girl is going out and my girl is, going on girls trips? What do I do? How do I deal with that? So these guys think game is fixing that. Game is learning how to spot the women who don't do shit like that and winning them over and seducing them. Not having a magic wand to fix shitty situations, to fix dirtbag bitches. That ain't what the fucking game about. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that because one of these goofy red pill dudes, he shall remain nameless, but he's a little hater dude. He won't say nothing directly to me, but if you've been keeping up on the live stream and on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. But he got a video like that, so I'm referencing him. He's one of these red pill dudes, one of these frame dudes, that find themselves in shitty situations and think that that's game because they can get the girl to stop going out for a little bit or no, bro. No, that ain't game. That ain't what game is. Game is having a strategy to get the shit that you want. The knowledge and the strategy to get the things that you want. And half of that is not doing the dumb shit. Not putting your money where your money shouldn't be. Not putting your energy where your energy shouldn't be. Having the mind to discern what a good bitch is, what a good woman is, and what a bad bitch is. You understand? And I'm gonna stop using the word the bitch word in reference to good women because I want to separate the two. Now there are bitches that we're gonna call a bitch, but I'm gonna make a conscious effort to stop doing that, even in my personal life. But when you have the mind to discern what's a good woman who can treat you right and provide you value, and you can know how to extract value out of that from a woman who's a shit eater, that's game. Not trying to fix bullshit. We ain't fix-its over here. We don't just think that we can have frame and then we just gonna be okay because we have frame. Don't work like that. You can have all the frame you want to. You can have all the frame in a house you want to. If a tornado come, that's strong enough. If the elements come, that's strong enough. That frame don't mean nothing, brother. You understand what I'm saying? The key is being in tune, like the animals, right? Like the animals. See, the animals and the bush people, the people that plant their feet in the ground and shit like that, they in tune. So when Mother Nature comes, you don't really see dead animals. Dead animals get up out of there because they in tune. That's game. Not building a strong frame. I live in Florida, so I know everything about fucking frame because we get hurricanes every year. You understand what I'm saying? People in Cali and Nevada, they get, well, not in Nevada, but Cali, they get earthquakes. You see what I'm saying? The elements. Apply that to relationships. The elements, shitty bitches, sluts, drug addict women, women who mean you no good, low quality women. Those are the elements. Frame ain't gonna save you from that. Being in tune, right? Having game and being in tune and knowing, hey, I need to get up out of there. That's game. You understand? It's a difference. Remember, treat yourself like a human being. And this is no shot to my money muscles game frame dude. Shout out to John. That's my boy. That's my good friend. Fuck that. So this ain't no shot at him. But I don't want you guys to think that, okay, because I got frame, I'm good. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's why he put the game in it. Money muscles game frame. You see what I'm saying? But frame ain't gonna save you. And I'm talking about this frame thing because I was in my coaching call last night. Jump on the Players Club, by the way, on one of my coaching calls from the Players Club group. And this guy was talking this frame shit, but he was in a shitty situation. And I was teaching him the frame ain't gonna save you. So that's why I'm having the frame conversation. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, remember, treat yourself like a human being, man. Now, another thing as far as like breakups go that I need you guys to understand is the ego will keep you, the ego will keep you from healing, man. The ego keeps you from healing. And all ego is basically your self-importance, your self-importance meter, how important you are to yourself, which is not a bad thing. Having a little bit of self-importance or having a healthy amount of self-importance is not really a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. However, when your ego is too big, right? When your ego is too big, you tend to lead with this ego, right? You tend to lead with this ego, and the world, unfortunately, does not revolve around you. And the world is not just about you. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times people a lot of times, I ain't gonna say people, a lot of times men, one thing that they do with this ego thing is they try to get back into the woman's graces, right? Because their ego can't take the L. And so they try to get back into the woman's good graces because they think that they're gonna sleep with her and just leave and then flip the script on her. But it typically never really works out that way because they're not strong enough to do stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? And it's the ego talking, right? It's the ego that makes you want revenge because you feel like somebody violated you. You took it personal. You feel like somebody did something to you. And so your high level of self-importance makes you want to get revenge because can't nobody try you like that. It's all personalized and shit. And that's a bad way. When you ego hustling, man, you'll never get nowhere, and you'll never heal. Also, man, when you lead in with your ego, you don't allow yourself to let go because you always want a person back. Like that self-importance make you want a person back to satisfy your needs, to satisfy your desires, to satisfy your wants. You don't want to see them happy unless it's with you. Although it's clear that you can't meet this person's needs. This is why y'all clashing. You guys aren't compatible, whatever. You know, you don't want to see this person happy. You don't want to see this person thriving. You don't want to see another human being thriving if it's not with you. That's ego. The ego is a motherfucker, man. You have to stop operating outside of you have to stop operating and leading with your ego so you can let that girl go. Understand that, you fucked up. You made bad decisions, whatever the case may be. Let her go so she can go be happy and do her own thing. You see what I'm saying? When you're not dealing with you're not dealing from a place of ego and you truly love somebody like you say you do, you want to see them happy. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's with you or with anybody else. The women that I used to talk to, not that I want to say I love them, but I want to see them happy, bro. Like if I can't do it, somebody else do it. You understand what I'm saying? So ego is a beast. Now, never, ever pick up alcohol when you're in that state, ever. Many men get hooked on alcohol this way. Many men. This is how they get hooked on alcohol. To feel better, to take away the pain, and they end up on that shit forever. Most of these guys that's hooked out, that's in their 40s and 50s, that cannot go 1 second without drinking, they hooked up, that is behind heartbreak. Do not pick the bottle up during this time. I made this mistake. I was a casual drinker. I would drink on the weekends or when I had something going on, go to the club. I was a casual drinker all my life. Now I did it big sometimes. Sometimes I throw back a whole bottle in the club, get super fucked up. But I didn't drink every day. I didn't drink every night. My whole life, I never was like that. When me and my kids' mom split up, man, that shit took me to another level. And I just started drinking. I didn't realize what I was doing though. I didn't realize what I was doing, but I would start drinking. I would, go to the gym. On the gym, I'll stop by the liquor store, drink, give me a drink. So one day my boy was like, damn, man, you been drinking a lot. I'm like, I'm straight. I ain't, I'm not thinking that I'm getting myself hooked on this shit. So about 10 months later, I'm drinking a damn near a fifth every single night for like 10 months, bro. For like 10 months. And about a year into that shit, it would get around like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, right? And like dawn, like getting to be nighttime, like around 6 p.m. So every day it would start, I would get like extremely fucking anxious, on the verge of like panicky, like shaking anxious. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not understanding what's going on. And I would go to the gym, it would calm down. And I would go get my shit go to the liquor store, and I would be straight. And so after like a week or two of that, I was like, I think I'm addicted to alcohol. That's why I'm doing this. And so I stopped cold turkey. Ended up having to go to the hospital and all type of shit because I was drinking so much that I started withdrawing from it when I stopped cold turkey. I didn't know you're supposed to wean yourself off of alcohol and shit. But a lot of guys, luckily, I'm just the type of person that wants to be better, and I want to be strong, and I want to be have the edge over other men. I want to have the edge in life. I want to be the sharpest. I want to, I don't want to say a warrior, but I'm one of them type of dudes. When I go into a room, I'm watching everybody. Okay, he drink, he smoke, he weak. I'm that type of dude, right? And I don't want to be under the heel of substances, right? And I've always been like that, but I couldn't shake this shit. And I smoke cigarettes too at the same time. Ironic, right? That I don't want to be under the heel or nothing, but I smoke cigarettes. So after I realized what's going on, like why I'm anxious every day around the same time, my body is needing alcohol and I'm about to freak. My central nervous system is about to freak the fuck out if I don't get some alcohol. And so once I realized that, I quit smoking cold turkey, I quit smoking, and I quit drinking. So I haven't smoked and drank in about, 4 years or something. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no caffeine, no nothing. I've been raw dogging and shit. You understand what I'm saying? But had I not caught that, I would have been on that road just like many men, man. Alcohol is the ruin to many, many men. And it starts behind heartbreak. You get some heartbreak, you stop by the liquor store, and that shit hooks you. And it ends up taking a lot of us out, especially a lot of black men too. White guys too, but and to truth be told, man, a lot of men, period, man, in different society, it's just, the media, they portray a certain type of race to be a certain type of way. But dealing with the people that I've dealt with, dealing with the types of women that I've dealt with, this is a common theme all over the world in any society. Alcohol, man, from heartbreak. Men get hooked on alcohol from heartbreak, and it's hard to shake that bottle, bro. So never, ever pick up alcohol. If your girl leave you, cheat on you, don't drink. Do not drink, because you're going to become addicted to that shit. So I just wanted to say that,